I'm wearing for today. It's this pretty sundress. And also, I'm pairing it with these pretty purple glasses. Other one. But this is so pretty. It's my favorite one. This is a size 8 and it's kind of loose. So, yeah, but I'm keeping this in here. But this is my outfit of the day. Really cute, really classy sundress vibe, summer vibe. I don't know what bed I'm gonna wear with this, but the sun is still out, so I still wanna go. So yeah, I'm gonna just take it with me. We're gonna figure it out. Okay, guys, so I decided I'm just gonna walk downtown. Downtown walking is about 10 minutes. I hate walking. But I don't want to call it Uber. I've been calling Ubers for the past week handling business. So I have to be financially responsible. I'm pretty much just going outside to look pretty. I might go to a cafe and just be productive. I don't want to make my thumbnails and stuff for YouTube because
All right, there you have it. That is Miss Scott. She is not with us any longer. And that was a video that she made before she passed away. And she wanted to be a blogger. She wanted to be a content creator talking about lifestyle. She had so much life that she wanted to do, so many things that she was inspired to do. And unfortunately, her life got short by a man. Okay? Okay, it is not been confirmed that that black man, Mr. King, was the one did it, but I believe he did it. Now they said, and he said that he did kidnap her. He, I guess, agreed to that, but he didn't agree to taking her out of here of yet. And people are saying he got arrested. He went down there. He turned himself in. And but he didn't tell where the body was. Was it because he really didn't know where the body is? They are saying that his father is a detective, and his father and his brother is also helping in it. So what sick mafia do these black men have going on? You know, a black father, two black sons, unaliving black young women, you know? And I don't see a lot of black men screaming out about this, you know? So we are here to talk about it in this video. And let me know if you guys can hear me. Please press that 3. Sometimes you know how this YouTube gets, right? It gets kind of hectic. So if you guys can hear me, great. I want to move the camera just a little bit. Let me see if I can move it. Do I want to move it there? Okay. No, I just want to scoot over here. Okay, thank you. I'm glad. Hey, Paulette, how you doing, sweetheart? Paulette, I love Paulette. She is so supportive. Thank you so much for supporting me. But yeah, in this video, Mrs. Scott's neighbor, which is the girl named Gabby. When I first heard of Gabby, I was taken back because who told me Gabby? Mrs. Scott's auntie, she's a psychic, you know, I don't know if she's a psychic, but she's into like these spiritual readings and stuff like that. And I'm going to take a look at it. I know some people, you're not going to get into it, but you know what? I don't care what you guys get into, honestly. Yesterday I asked, and I should not even ask you guys. I should have just went ahead and go ahead because it's not about what's your beliefs, who believes. It's about Mrs. Scott and listening to everybody that have some intel about what happened to her. You know, if you don't believe it, then you just don't believe it. Who cares? All right. Everything doesn't circle around you and your beliefs. Okay. So I got that name Gabby from Mrs. Scott's auntie who's into the who's into the spiritual stuff. I don't want to say psychic because I'm like, what if she's not a psychic? I don't know the verbiage. I don't want to label someone and they get upset with me. I don't know. So I'm just going to say spiritual lady. Okay. So she says something about this girl named Gabby. So Gabby is a real person. It wasn't just in her vision. She's a real person. And Gabby is speaking out. But guess what? Gabby has deleted all of those videos. All those videos, Gabby has deleted. She was exposing the truth. She got text messages. I mean, everything. Yes, messages from the kidnapper, killer. She got messages from him. You know why? Because they were friends. They were friends. Why are you friends with a kidnapper? You know, this guy, he has been kidnapping women for a long time. Were you helping him kidnap women? You know, was he getting you a pay? You know what I'm saying? She says that he was a pharmaceutical. We know that guy's at a pharmaceutical. Okay, he's a drug dealer. Okay. I'm assuming he's a drug dealer. I mean, he looks like a drug dealer. I mean, when I saw him, it's a video footage out there, and he jumps into a girl's backyard, not Mrs. Scott's, but another person's backyard, and it's just the scariest thing. You know, he just coming over there, all you see is eyes inside the window. And he is so bold. I don't know, did he get it from his father being a detective? I don't know. But anyway, Gabby, the neighbor, the friend of the killer, the friend of the kidnapper, she is speaking out. She has video. She deleted it, but guess what? I got that video. Yes, I got the video. I got the text messages, and we're going to talk all about it. You know, I'm going to stop and I'm going to go and we're going to really figure out what is going on here. Now, a lot of people said that she knows way too much. A lot of people are saying that she knew Mrs. Scott was dead before everybody else knew she was dead. Maybe she had intel. And I'm like, of course she has intel. That's her friend. That's her friend. Maybe she overtalked to someone and got in trouble. I don't know. She seemed like she talks a lot. Gabby, she got the gift for gabs. She likes to talk a lot. And I think she probably overstepped. And that's why she deleted her video, because she realized, oh my goodness, I'm Gabby. I'm doing it again. I'm over talking. I'm oversharing. And so she deleted her video and all that stuff. But guess what? People got the video and I got the video too. So I want to watch it with you guys and I want to see what's really going on here. All right. And we can go on TikTok to see the news report. Is there any updates with the news? Because I know sometimes you guys be like, well, the news didn't say that she's been dead yet, you know, because yesterday when they discovered the body, I told you guys and I said, I know that's her, you know, and people was like, well, the police didn't confirm it yet. The police, listen, I don't need the police to tell me everything. I don't need the news to confirm everything for me. You do, to make you comfortable. So I will give you that, but I don't need that, sweetheart. I already knew. All right. So we'll look into that. And just to let you guys know, sometimes the news have it wrong too, because I know you guys put so much faith in the news, but they have it wrong too. Yeah. All right, so let's go on. I'm looking in the comment section. Hey, Open Book, how you doing, baby? Let's get the likes up. Can we get the likes up? I'm not going to be here for a long time. I just have to tell you guys, I'm not going to be here for a long time. So can we please get the likes up, all right? I'm looking in the comment section. This is so sad. It is very sad. Mrs. Scott's birthday is on November the 18th. She would have been 24. Yep. Her parents said that's her. Yeah, I knew it. Yeah. You know, when you know, you know. So I want to get out of here because I played this video. This video, if you missed it, it's of her. She's talking about how she wants to be an influencer and she wants to talk about lifestyle. She's undecided what way she wants to go, but she thinks she wants to be an influencer, okay? All right. So let's go up here. There's so much stuff we have to uncover. All right, here it is.
Hi, my name is...
So this is the Gabby. This is Mrs. Scott's neighbor. This is the one lady who led the killer to Mrs. Scott's residence, who showed the killer, hey, this is where she is. This is where she stays. Somewhat like a mark, you know? Now they say that the killer and Mrs. Scott knew each other. So I'm like, if they knew each other, why didn't he know where she stayed at already? I don't know if this was in the beginning of him actually getting to know her or what. I don't know. But let's hear what she has to say.
Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformations that are going around in the internet regarding me and the Kada Scott situation. So, if you are unaware, Kada Scott is a girl that went missing in Philadelphia on October 4th. So, I did know Keon. He was my friend. I met him about 4 or 5 years ago, and he was also the local pharmacist. Now, me and my best friend, we were also mutual friends with Keon. He was
Okay, so Keon King, that is the killer, kidnapper. They have not confirmed that he the one that killed her, but I think even if he did not kill her, he's a killer to me. Okay, you took part of it. You were there. You could have stopped it. You didn't. You knew what was going to happen. And that's just how I see it. Until more information comes forward, that's the stance I'm going to take. Okay. All right. So she and her best friend, this is what Gabby is saying, were associates and close friends with the killer kidnapper, which is Keon King.
our pharmacist. So one day Keon calls me, and keep in mind I am in school, I am in Maryland, and he will usually just call me, just to check up and talk. So he calls me and he asks me if I know Kada. And I'm like, yeah, like I know Kada. And he's like, oh yeah, I noticed that she lives really close to you. I'm like, yeah, like she lived right in the back of me. And I'm not thinking nothing of it because he usually calls me and, we just be chatting. He'll call me about like, the people that be around because he is the pharmacist. I live in the neighborhood and he be in my neighborhood. So we hang up the phone and that was that. We were only on the phone for 29 seconds. So you can see that this is the day that he called me and this was before Kada went missing. And we were only on the phone for 29 seconds. Also, I know that his name says Elliot in my phone. That's just what we call him. So a couple of days after that, my best friend calls me and, we're just talking about life. And I mentioned to her how Keon brought up Kada to me. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh yeah, like he was probably trying to flirt with her. He's probably trying to get at her. Mind you, me and my best friend, we know Kada because we grew up with her little sister. Now, we didn't know Kada personally because, again, we grew up with her little sister. We were around 12, 11 years old. Kada, she was much older than us, so we didn't really talk to her. So my best friend was like, oh yeah, like he probably thought she was cute, and that was that. So right here is the day that I called my best friend and told her that, Keon was trying to get at Kada. This is before she went missing. So a couple days, maybe a week after that, it is reported on October 4th that Kada is missing. So keep in mind, I am in Maryland, so I'm not really into all the Philadelphia news that be going on. So I'm not knowing that Kada is missing until my best friend sends me a text and says that Kada is missing. So this is the day that my best friend tells me that Kada is missing on October 9th. So I'm in my friend's dorm and I call Keon and it's a lot of music and a lot going on in the background. So I go somewhere that's quiet and I tell him, Keon, Kada is missing. Like that girl, she's missing. So he was like, what? And then after that, the phone just hung up. So here you can see that I called Keon and we were on the phone for 2 minutes. So you have to keep in mind, this was my friend, okay? I did not think that he could be capable of anything like this. In my head, I'm just thinking, there's no way in the world he could have did something like this. There's no way in the world. So then a couple of days after that, my mom sends me a screenshot of Keon turning himself in for the kidnapping of Kada. So this is my mom sending me the article, and she was distraught to say the least. And I know she said that he was a random person, but she says this about all my friends. So me and my best friend, we get on the phone and we're talking about the situation. We're just saying how this is just crazy. This is the call of me and her talking about it. Now, this is all happening around the time that I'm taking my midterms. So I'm really just trying to keep my head on the books. And I wasn't really trying to let this stress me out. So I kind of just let it go. He turned himself in. It's not really much to say or do anymore. So a couple days after that, me and my best friend get on the phone and we're basically just, talking about the Kada situation. And she says that she thinks that I should call the cops. So she was basically saying that she thinks that I should call the cops and tell them that Keon was, asking about Kada. Now, at the time in my head, I'm thinking that there was no reason to call the cops. He already turned himself in. And I felt like it would be kind of a waste of time to tell them that the guy that they already have in custody, called me and was asking about the girl. And me personally, I'm not a cop caller. Like I don't call the cops. That's just the way that I grew up. That's what I was around. They will always tell me, you don't call the cops. So I just felt like, the information that I had and the fact that, I'm just not really a cop.
Hold on. What is she saying? You don't call the cops? Are you guys really? Are parents, are you teaching your kids to be afraid of the cops and don't call the cops? That's just ludicrous because the people that's taking you out of here are black men. We talk about it every day on these podcasts. When you look at the news, who is the number one suspect of killing black women? Who is the number one suspect of beating black women? Huh? But don't call the cops and stay running in this same relationship. It's the same cycle. It's pattern. Aren't you tired yet? Aren't you tired yet? I would be. Honey, I'm calling the cops. Yes. The cops are my best friend. Okay. Okay. I'm not anti-cop. I am pro-cop. I am pro-cop. And I tell any black man that I date, I love calling the cops. I am pro-cop. All this anti-cop. But let me not go there. Let me continue. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Let's get the likes up. Let's get the likes up, you guys. Please, let's get the likes up. All right, let me continue on. For you guys just joining in, this is Mrs. Scott neighbor. And also, this is the killer's close friend. And the killer was asking about Miss Scott, and the Miss Scott neighbor say, hey, she lives over there. Yep, right there. That's where she is. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. So she's going to continue to tell us our story. This is exclusive because she has taken this video down. Something in this video she is ashamed of. Something in this video she does not want people to know. She made a boo-boo.
Caller, it wouldn't make sense for me to call the cops. So then my best friend tells me, well, if you won't call the cops and tell them, then I will. And then she basically tells me that she doesn't want to be friends with me anymore because I won't call the cops. And I told her, that's completely fine. I just don't want any involvement. So then we hung up the phone, and then I believe she called me again with the police on the other line. So you can see, I told her, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to the cops. And yeah, now I can't see how.
All right. She won't talk to the cops. What is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Why? She's a black girl. Why aren't black girls talking to the cops? Can you guys please confirm this or give me an explanation? Huh? Why are you not talking to the cops? Who you want to call, Ray Ray and Dee Dee? Huh? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. It's ludicrous, honestly. All right, so the text message reads, it says who? It says the cops. Cops? What cops? I'm not talking to the cops. What do you have to hide? Well, I guess she is a drug dealer or a drug user because she said Keon is a drug dealer and they do drugs together. So are those drugs illegal? They're probably illegal. So maybe she does drugs and, if you do drugs, I guess maybe people that do drugs are anti-cops. Maybe that makes sense. I don't know. Okay. So she says, bro, a girl is missing. Look, bro, a girl is missing. It's so funny because we talk about this. I don't know if you guys, I was working on the Romika case a couple of weeks ago, probably two weeks ago. And it's a Hispanic guy. He's on video and he says, he is the one that shot her and people were all confused. And then someone told me that Hispanic people, older Hispanic people, they use he for both genders, him and her. And I was like, really? I didn't know that. And I guess it's somewhat like how in Black America, and I guess white America as well, or just Americans, I don't know if other countries do it, where bro is also both genders as well, because clearly they're talking to her, which she's a girl, and she says, bro, you know, a girl is missing, you know. And if you didn't know the context, some people would assume she said, bro, a girl. She talking to a dude. She talking to a dude. But no, in America, bro, they call men and women bro. They call men and women dudes. They call men and women dude. Hey, dude. I don't like that shit. Don't call me no fucking dude. Don't call me no motherfucking bro. Okay? I don't play that shit. I don't give a damn. Don't do that shit to me. I'm going to fuck you up. Okay. So anyway, I just have to throw that out there. All right. She says, bro, a girl is missing. And dead. All right. And the F do you. We grew up with her sister. Sister, what the fuck, bitch? It's so interesting how they communicate to each other, calling each other bitches. What's up, bitch? Damn. Listen, people talk about, having respect and having self-respect, and men, disrespecting women. But hell, these girls right here, they're disrespecting each other. Call it, hey, bitch. What's up, bitch? Do you remember back in the day, it was offensive to call a girl a bitch, Nowadays, it's not offensive at all. It's endearment, right? They have changed that language. And it goes to show how words, they're nothing but words. And people create meaning for it. Back in the 1980s, the word bitch, whoever says it, it was completely offensive. Now, the word bitch is endearing. It's, I like you, bitch. Okay. Humans always going to change the meaning. They're nothing but words, and humans make the words have different meaning depending on who that fucking person is, All right, so it's just funny to me. It says, nope, I'm sorry, I'm not talking to the cops. Well, what are you going to do with the information? I mean, the information that she has, who are you going to call, who you're going to tell that information to? I mean, I don't understand not calling the cops or not talking to the cops. If you have information, I guess you go to social media, right? Okay, so, hey, don't go to the cops. Let's hop our asses on social media and tell the whole world what's going on. That makes more sense. Yeah. I guess that's their logic. I don't understand it. It says, well, that's cool. They got your number. Whoever this girl is on the other side, she said, bitch, it's cool. They got your number. They're going to be calling you, girl. They're going to be calling you. All right. So let's continue on.
This could be cruel, and I do take accountability for that. So then a couple of days later after that, I get sent a link on Instagram, and the link was basically my best friend going live, just talking about the situation, saying how I was weird for not going to the cops. And people in the comments were just coming up with their own narratives about the story. And it just got way out of hand, and it just spiraled. So you can see somebody sent me the link of the live, and still to this day, I have not watched the full entire live. Then people just started asking, who is Gabby? What's the connection? And, she told people that I was in Maryland for school, and it was just a whole entire thing. So, of course, I was angry and I was confused because what is going on? So I text her. I tell her that, that was weird. And yeah.
All right, let me see if I can read through. And yes, I've never had any of my friends call me a bitch either. Not my friends or family members. I've never even had a man call me a bitch or a person I was dating. Now, Okay, I lied. I did have a guy call me a bitch. Actually, I had a few guys call me a bitch, but it was because they was DMing me. I didn't respond back, and they just cussed me out and called me a bitch. And then there was another guy. Um, I was ignoring him, and he got wind that I was ignoring him, so he cussed me out and he called me a bitch. But they're neither one of them were my friends or someone that I like was close to. But let's continue on.
Started seeing posts of people saying that they think that I set Kada up and that why wouldn't I go to the cops and that I was just suspicious and all of this stuff. And this was never the case. So I do end up contacting the authorities after I seen people just making up crazy stuff about me and the situation. They cut me off. They tell me that they already know what's going on, that they have a close eye on the social media. And they also tell me that my friend did come forth with the information and they told her that there was nothing that they can do, that the information that she bought them was useless information because they already had Keon in custody and it was just nothing for them to do with this information. They told me to contact them only if I had anything that could lead to finding Kada because that is their main priority. Now, I do believe that the person in the live was just kind of taking what I told her and running with it and just spicing it up to make it seem like something that it wasn't for, I don't know, maybe views. People were saying that, she was walking around and showing what stores Kada would go to, where she would walk her dog, and just stuff like that. I also had one of our mutual friends come to me and he told me that she told him that we knew Kada our whole lives and we grew up with her, which wasn't the case because we grew up with her little sister. Now, I do think that the person in the live was taking what I told them and kind of just running with it and spicing it up to make it seem like it was way bigger than what it was. And I basically think this because I had a mutual friend that came to me and said that she came to them and told them that we knew Kada our whole life and that we grew up with Kada when that wasn't the case. We grew up with her little sister. My prayers go out to Kada and her family, and I hope that she can make a safe return home. Hi, my name is Gabby, and I'm going to be discussing some of the misinformation.
All right, so that is Gabby. Do you guys believe her? Do you think that Gabby is full of crap? Clearly she only came here to clear her name. She only called the cops to clear her name. She doesn't care about Mrs. Scott. No, she did not. She does not care about Mrs. Scott. All right. So let's see over here. And I want to see what they're saying in the comment section about Gabby and about this message. People are saying, Gabby, stop trying to make it seem like D is the bad person here. D called me crying. Oh my goodness, you guys. This person that's talking, they know Gabby personally. They know D personally. Remember, Gabby is telling us a story about her best friend. Her best friend name is D. D and Gabby were close friends with the killer, which is Keon King, the guy that kidnapped Mrs. Scott. Okay, so this person says, Gabby, stop trying to make it seem like your best friend D is the bad person. D called me crying, disgusted by your actions. She's not lying about shit you told her. You even told her how Keon told you he paid that girl off for the first case. All right. So she knew that Keon was a kidnapper. She knew that Keon put paws on women and do nefarious things to women. And he felt comfortable with telling her all the nefarious things he did to women. Now, you would think a black man, he's not going to feel comfortable with telling that to a black girl, because black girls, they stick together and it's girl power. No, it's no girls power. It's no black community. it's every man for himself. I mean, when you think about the black community, why these are all black folks, doing this nefarious act to each other. And unwanted it's no reason for a Keon King to do it. He has an issue. He has a problem. And for her to be okay with that and to know what he has done to girls and kidnapping girls and paying these girls off to stay from speaking out, and she is anti-cop. I mean, that is just let me know exactly who she is. Of course he felt comfortable telling Gabby because Gabby is anti-cop. And who is the only person that's going to stop him is the cops. The other black men in the community is not going to stop him. They don't care. They don't care. Just like in Memphis and Chicago, and I don't mean to bring him up, but when them Trumpers came boots on the ground, all of a sudden, they said Memphis was so nice and sweet. Chicago ain't acting up no more. But I know, scratch that I said that. Scratch that shit, okay? Why the fuck did I say that? Okay. But Gabby, I'm not feeling Gabs. I'm not feeling her. So I want to go back into the comment section because I'm getting more information over here.
Bye.
Hold on. Good thing for the comment
Hi,
section.
my name is Gabby.
So I'm going to pause this. I'm going to look under here. And this was just 3 hours ago. And I have to go and look on their page to see who that is. It says, are you seeing this? Go to page and ask her what she knows. All right. It says, I don't know Gabby personally. Dee is my friend. We talk every day. She was upset. I asked her what was going on. That was that. Don't try to involve me in some mess like this. I'm just holding Gabby accountable for lying like Dee is a bad person. Whew, I'm telling you, And no wonder why cops stay on social media, because they constantly tell their business on social media, They're not like Catholics. I was raised up Catholics, and we go to the priest and we have our confessions, and that's who we confide in. Not the internet. Everything is on the internet. So I'm sure the cops have a heyday. All right. So I'm curious. They said go to her page. Go to her page. All right. So she said, don't go to my fucking page. I don't got shit to do with none of this shit. You do now, girl. You do now. So this is Dee's. Okay, let's turn that music off. This is Dee's friend. And she is the one that just exposed Gabby. She said Gabby is a liar. All right. So just give you an idea, I guess, the girl clique they got going on here. All right. All right. Let's go back. It's so interesting. It's so interesting. Oh my goodness. It says she's saying he called her. It's an outgoing call. Oh, so they're saying Gabby is lying. They said in the video, Gabby said he called her, but people are saying, Gabby, you called him. You see this? She's saying he called her. It's an outgoing call. And you look, 3 hours ago. This is hot news, you guys. Let's get these likes up, y'all. Let's get the likes up. We can do so much better with these likes. Let's get the likes up. Let's hank these likes up. Yeah. So someone in the comment section, they said that Keon, the kidnapper, his father is a whole detective. I mean, that just makes it more creepy. Your father is a detective, and allegedly his brother was helping moving the body. They said that when they discovered her, the community said that grave was shallow. It just happened like overnight. But the police, mind you, the killer's father, he's a police guy. They say it was there for over a week. Is it possible the police is covering for their own police guy, which is the killer's father? Is it possible that the boys in blue are sticking together on this one? Possibly. I don't know. What would you do for your son? You know, so many people do so many things for their son or their daughter, even though they know their son and daughter have killer and kidnapping issues. Hell, when the father found out that the kidnapper kidnapped the first woman, he should have sent his ass to a different country. He should have sent his ass somewhere. A Jesus camp, a revival, or something like that, you know? But no, he let him roam the streets again, and he should have known. He should have had tabs on his son. He should have been through his son text messages. He should have kept a close eye on his son, because you know your son have an issue with kidnapping and killing. He gets off at it. At 21 years old, this is what your son is doing. You should have kept a close eye on him. That is an untamed animal. Yeah, yeah. He needs to be tamed somewhere. Not out here roaming the streets. I blame the father as well. And for you to be a detective, you should have detected your son. Yeah, you failed your son and you failed this girl, and you're supposed to protect and serve the black community or whatever community, you know. Oh, I tell you, it's so sick. It really is. All right, it says here, see the text message, the comment section, they always have stuff, right? It says here, why the F? Oh, somebody is mad. Why the F would you confirm where somebody live? Make it make sense. Whether or not he was trying to flirt with her or not. He ain't asked for her number or social media account. He asked where she lived. You didn't find that suspicious? Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, baby. Let me tell you about where she at. Where is she at when you need her? Let me tell you about this girl right here. And, you know, that nose ring is just annoying the hell out of me. But you do what you want to do. It's your prerogative. But I just want to snatch that nose ring off. You know, it just annoys me. But anyway, she is a liar. I mean, she's a drug user and she's a liar. Okay? She's a liar. The story that she told is a lie. And the truth is much worse. The truth is much worse. She knew that King was after Mrs. Scott. She knew it. She didn't like that girl. She didn't care. She didn't like the girl. I don't know. Did she turn her down? Was she trying to get with Miss Scott and Miss Scott say, hey, I don't go that way? She felt some type of way and say, hey, King, get her. Get her. This is her address. You know? What was it? I don't know. But I think the story that she's telling, she thought that this was nice. And that just lets you guys know the, how can I say it, and the nefarious mindset that she has, because she actually thought this version was a great story to tell to make her seem like she had nothing to do with this and she was so innocent and she didn't know anything. But she is so lost that she doesn't even realize this story is horrific. The lies is so obvious. I don't know if she was on some type of drug when she did this. Possibly. Most likely. She was on some drugs when she did this. Because she's telling people, he calls me, and clear we see she's doing the calling. She's on some shit. I don't know what type of drugs he's giving her. And I would never trust a drug dealer. First of all, I don't do drugs. I never did drugs. Thank Jesus. But I wouldn't trust a drug dealer that goes around kidnapping girls and killing girls. I wouldn't trust that drug dealer. I just wouldn't do it. You know, and for her to take that risk because he's my friend He's my friend. He wouldn't do that to me. He's my friend. Yikes. No wonder why she's anti-cop. I understand. She's part of the problem. She's a criminal her damn self, okay? All right. So let's go here. See what else they're saying in the comment section. She's probably high, and while she did, she was high as a kite. I don't know what she's on, what pill she popping, but she's on something. She's probably upset. She can't get her fucking fix. She can't get her fix now. Damn. I'm a pharmaceutical. You think we're dumb? Okay. He's no damn pharmaceutical. He's a drug dealer. All right. Let's just stop with the nonsense. Man. It says, why is she giving an alibi to the internet? She needs to be questioned. She does need to be questioned. It behooves me. She's anti-cop, but yet she want to snitch on the internet. If you're anti-cop, I would think that you'll be anti-snitching. But like I said, this story that she gave is a made-up version. It's a lie. 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 That's all she does is lie. Liar. Liar. She's a liar. All right. So, all right. So people are not really feeling her. All right. So I'll see what else is out here. I'm looking for something new. All right. This is a news update. That's 11 hours ago. This is see something 5 hours ago. I might hit on that one. Okay, 2 hours ago. I have no idea.
I have to go shopping for the party on Saturday. Let's go.
Okay, so I'm assuming this is her. The music is on, so I can't play the music, but this is Miss Scott when she was alive. You guys know she wanted to be an influencer based on lifestyle. And I guess that's around materialistic clothes and just shoes, materialistic stuff. All right. So this is her. I've never seen this footage of her before. All right. So she's just going about her day. She has that camera guy. She want to be seen. She wants to be an influencer. All right, so let's move on. All right, that was interesting. Never seen that before. All right, so I'm just looking for things that are just recent. All right, this is 2 hours ago. All right, let's see what he has to say. Let me place the audio up.
Now, the crazy thing about this whole situation is that there was no surveillance cameras in the parking lot where she was last seen. When she didn't return home the next morning, her mother called the facility, in which she received conflicting reports about her whereabouts. Her parents met with the police at the nursing home, where they discovered that the car was still there, but her personal belongings were missing, like her phone, her iPad, her keys. Now, the last place where her phone pinged was the East Germantown area, where the police did a thorough search of 55 acres of property, and they didn't find any evidence. On October the 15th, Keon King was charged with kidnapping. They believe that he was the last person to see her before she vanished. What makes this situation so bad is that he had a protection from abuse order with a different woman outside of this situation, but it was dismissed because the key witness failed to appear in court. As of now, they have.
And we heard from Gabby, which is the kidnapper friend. Gabby says that he paid her to not show up at court. So this is my question for you. Why did he kidnap her? Was it SA? I mean, does he just get off killing someone? Why? Can you guys tell me the motive? What do you guys think the motive is? Is it SA? Is that what it is? They were talking. Do we have any text messages of her rejecting him? I mean, what is it? clearly he has a pattern here, right? With different women. Do he pick these girls randomly? Is it a reason why he picked these girls? What is it? What is it? 4 victims. Mark says 4 women. 4 women? No men, right? 4 women. 4 black women. Okay. Can you tell me why? Why? But it says, someone says, but why would she tell him to come to her work of all places? Beats me. Why? Why would she leave her shift? She just clocked in. Why would she leave her shift to go in the car? What was the emergency? Was it some drugs? Was she doing drugs? Did he say, hey, I got some drugs. You got to try this drugs. Come and hurry up and get these drugs. What is it? What made her interested in him to even talk? I couldn't even have a conversation with the guy, honestly. Okay, soon as I seen his face, I would have blocked. Honestly, I would have blocked. Yeah. So I have no idea. So let me see what you guys are saying. It says he was her pusher man, drug dealer. Okay, he was a drug dealer. So he was Mrs. Scott's drug dealer too. So she was doing drugs too. Okay. Let me see. All right, I'm just going to read randomly because I lost that comment. She might have been the one who called the tip in. So someone called the tip where to find the body. Well, I think the community discovered the body, and that is the tip is the community, because they said the community and the family discovered the body before the cops did, and that's when they called the cops. So the tip is, from my understanding, the community is the tip. So it says, I feel like she gave Mrs. Scott phone number 2. She knew her. Okay. They lived in the same neighborhood. He probably saw her walking her dog. Him looking in the window. He didn't live in that neighborhood. He sold drugs there. He lived in the East Falls where vehicle was found. He knew girl on her block, which is Gabby. You know, Gabby is the girl, which we played her video earlier. All right, that was his friend Gabby. I think he sent her videos hurting other women, and she left to go back home, but he was outside waiting for her. They say he was a drug dealer, but I'm confused myself. I think he was a weed dealer. I think he's doing more than weed. I don't think weed makes you go around killing people, you know. And they say weed is just a starter drug, honestly. You know, weed leads to pills. You know, they're doing this fentanyl. They're doing all types of stuff. And say no to drugs. Do you guys remember back in the 80s, Say No to Drugs campaign? We had that guy, Mr. McGruff, biting out a crime. We need to bring that back. Say no to drugs. Say no to drugs. If drugs was not like it is today, we wouldn't even be in this situation. Because King, he wouldn't have any money because there's no drugs for him to push. So therefore, he wouldn't even meet these girls, because the only way he's meeting these girls is pushing drugs. So drugs, they're all associated based on drugs. So what I think one of those 2 friends, dumb girls, helped him get out of. Okay, those girls were connection, the door. Why did Gabby want him to push on Mrs. Scott? I don't know, you know. Is she bisexual? Did Gabby try to hit on Scott? She said no, thank you, and she felt some type of way. I don't know. I don't know. Did it was a guy that Gabby liked it, and Mrs. Scott liked that guy, so she wanted to get payback. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. She's on video smoking weed, park, so we know that's a fact. Happy Sunday, Buttercup. All right. The cop says they got the tip the night before, didn't go out until the 5 p.m. the next day after the community found her. I wonder if Gabby was in his compliance. Yeah, okay. All right, well, let's get these likes up. We can do better with the likes, you guys. The likes is very suffering. I can't be here long. So I will continue to play this guy. And make sure you have subscribed here at Criminal Villains. Every now and again, well, a lot of times, every day, every other day, I will go live breaking down a case, talking about a case on this channel. On this channel, that's all I do is talk about cases, somebody dies, somebody kidnapped, something horrible that's happening in the world, and it needs our attention. It needs our attention. It needs us to care because nobody else cares. And it's so clear. Everybody else is busy twerking, twerking. All right, so let's continue on.
Found human remains near the Otto Lewis Middle School area, that same East Germantown area, and they're stating that this could possibly be her. Identification is pending from the medical examiner. Now, this should be a clear reminder that women, y'all really need to stay safe. Make sure you share your locations.
What did he say? He said, women, stay safe. This is a black man warning women. Why? Because this is happening to women, right? How often do we hear a black man being kidnapped? Press 1 if you hear about a black man being kidnapped often. Press 7 if you never hear a black man being kidnapped. This is happening to black women. So therefore, black women need to take more precaution for their life because your life is in danger, not black men, your life. And you cannot depend for these black men to save you because these black men are the one that's killing you. They are the one that's putting you in harm's way, right? So you're going to have to get it together. All right. We don't want to continue to see these articles. All right. Stop the twerking and pay attention. Let's go.
You let somebody know where you at all times because people sometimes think that they own you in both ways. Nobody owns nobody, man. I think she went on like a date that night before she went to her job. But even still, you never know if he was like stalking her, he was watching her.
What? She went on a date that night before she went to her job? What that has to do with anything, I have no idea. I mean, but it made me think. She went on a date. So did she have a boyfriend? Did she have a boyfriend? I'm so lost. Did she have a boyfriend? What was she doing with King? Can y'all please tell me? What was she doing talking to King? What? Was she getting drugs from King? What was she doing talking to King? Huh?
Waited for her to come back. It be people out there like that. But what I don't understand is you throw your life away and then you take a life as well at the same time. Doesn't make any sense.
Number 1, fresh dirt under a board.
Well, let me tell you about it. They don't value their own life. If a person does not value their life, then they're not going to value yours. And they don't care what happens to them because they live for a thrill and they don't care about their life. So therefore, they're not going to care about you. I mean, you hear these individuals all the time, they live very risky lives. They don't care. They don't care about you. I mean, it's just obvious. I get it. I get why someone would take someone out and throw their life away because that person clearly does not value their life and they're suffering from some type of mental. So I get it. And I stay away from those people. And I have great discernment and I know the questions and what to do and how to discern them to stay the F away from them. Okay? Yeah, yeah. I had this one guy. He was like, the next girl who breaks my heart, he's going to break her neck. And I was like, okay. It was nice talking to you. I'll talk to you later. Yeah, you know what? My mom just called. I'll talk to you later. Block. Okay, those are warning signs. And I guess, see, those guys that say some stuff like that, they're looking for you to say, oh, I would never break your heart. I would never do that. I would love you so much. Not me. That's not my job to love you. Your job is to love you. Okay. And if you don't love yourself and you're coming in my orbit, that's a problem. That's a problem. You have to love yourself before you come in my orbit. That's a must. All right. All right. Let's continue on. There are always signs.
So we began to try to dig with our hands.
Yes, we did.
I seen maggots under and in the ground. There also was a strange smell coming from the ground.
Right,
After 14 days, investigators are closer to answers. They aren't giving much detail, only saying they found a shallow grave. Sources say it looks like the body has been there for a week or less. Emotions were high tonight, as the case is now in the hands of the medical examiner.
And this is an emotional situation, and so it's to be understood. However, I know what we have done and the amount of hours that have been put into this process of trying to locate Miss Scott.
All right, so I don't know if y'all been keeping up with the whole Kada Scott story. Now, she went missing on.
All right. It sounds like people are not satisfied what the cops did. They feel like the cops didn't do, I guess, a great job, you know? But yeah, that's all that I have for it. Any questions? So let me see who else. I click on her. This was 6 hours ago.
The crimes are shaking, and this is a really scary story. A beautiful young lady named Kada Scott has been missing ever since she left work at a senior living facility. Her family has not been able to find her. They looked in the woods. We thought she was at her job still, but now they actually found her remains behind an abandoned middle school in Pennsylvania. There's a lot to this story, and now we feel like they've caught the killer. Let's talk about it. Leading up to the investigation, right, there was some speculation because Kada and her family and friends had said that somebody had been stalking and harassing her up until this point. They were never able to identify who, but now they're saying it's a guy named Keon King. So let me give you the background on Keon King because he's been arrested for kidnapping and stalking before. Early January, he jumped.
All right. Hey, OG, how are you? Okay, so she says the family says someone was stalking Mrs. Scott, but they did not know who it was. Okay, help me out. Okay, that's one case, but the second case is she knew him. So did she know him and she just didn't know this is the guy that's stalking me? Can you guys help me out with that in the comment section? She knew him. And on one hand, it was a guy that was stalking her. Help me out. Help me out. All right, let's continue to play.
Over a fence of his ex-girlfriend's house. He tried to stalk and unalive her. When he wasn't able to get her that time and get into her home, he stole her off the street, came, put her in a car off the street, kidnapped her, and started biting her face.
What?
He got arrested for stalking and kidnapping then, but now.
Did you hear what she just said? Huh? Biting her face. And I guess she's talking about the other lady. Biting her face. A black man biting a young black girl face. When she got in, he just started biting her face. And this is normal to y'all. Huh? Biting her face like a goddamn canine dog that need to be put down. Huh. Now, listen. Didn't they say everybody is able to pack a gun? Why ain't y'all packing? Okay? Every time you see a black man, ain't the black man packing? And he got muscles. He got strength. But yet all these black men, they packing guns. Why? Because of other black men. But yet, you black girls, y'all ain't packing no goddamn guns. You still thinking these black men gonna save you? They saving themselves with them guns. It ain't for your protection. You better get your ass a pow pow. Ain't nobody stopping you. Listen, women can buy guns. You didn't know that? Yeah, they can buy guns, honey. You better start strapping, honey. These men, they stay strapped. Trust me, every man I talk to, they got a Glock or some guns on them. And yet they don't got to worry about somebody biting their face off and kidnapping their ass. The risk for them is not as high, but yet they have extra protection. And yet the risk for you is at an all-time high, and yet you don't have any protection. All you have is your prayers. That doesn't make sense. Does that make sense to you? That doesn't make sense to me. Nobody's stopping you from getting a gun. Whew. Got in the car, started biting her damn face. Honey, would have got that G Glock. Woo, 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 woo. Okay. The fuck?
The charges were not pressed until April, and they were supposed to go to court in May. And then in May, the young lady did not show up to court. Now, a lot of people in the comments are like, oh, you need to show up. If she would have showed up, this maybe would not happen to Kada. But no, they should have left his butt in there, even if she showed up or not. Getting stalked, getting kidnapped, getting bitten in the face. All these things by someone you used to love. All these things are extremely traumatizing. So we don't know what the reason is she didn't show up to court.
Hold up. Hold up. What did she just say? Someone you used to love. And I say that again. For you guys that know me, you know I don't get thrilled when someone says they love me. And this is another reason why the same guy that said, I love you, will be the same guy that will bite you in the face, will be the same guy that will kidnap you, will be the same guy that will kill you. And they will still say, I still love you. Love is nothing but an emotional attachment. I don't need your love to survive. All I knew is just, I need to love myself. I need you to love yourself. Don't attach your shit on me, okay? Love does not come with respect. Love does not come with protection. And I'm sick and tired of you guys keep pushing this agenda. And love, if somebody love you, they're going to respect you. They're going to honor you. They're going to... Your husband don't do that for you. But yet you still call it love. Your son don't even respect you. But yet you still say he loves you. Love is an emotional attachment. Respect is something different. It does not come included. All right? Somebody can have respect for you and don't have an emotional attachment to you. They don't love you, but they have respect for you. Somebody can protect you, but not have an emotional attachment to you, you know? But this I love. And you guys really think when someone says they love you, that automatically means they're going to protect you. They're not going to cheat on you. They're not going to put you in harm's way. That's bullshit, because you see time and time again, they always say they love you. Every woman out here that has been killed by their husband, boyfriend, they all said, I love you. I love you. All right, let's go.
She could be having all types of PTSD, all types of panic attacks where she's like, God, please don't make me get on that stand. So the fact that we knew that he was already this type of person and he didn't have a like dot on his house to show, hey, this is a dangerous person is crazy to me. And the Philadelphia Police Department is literally saying that they dropped the ball. What has surfaced now is the video evidence of Keon King coming to his ex-girlfriend's house in all black, looking crazy, after he hopped the fence and was stalking her. Now, when they were first looking for Kada, they had her car. Her car had her glasses in it, her bank.
Okay, so the girl that he stalked before, that was his girlfriend. So does he only do this to girls that he have an emotional attachment to? Because his ex-girlfriend was not a random girl. It wasn't like that. It was somebody that he was emotionally attached to. So to me, if that is a pattern, then Mrs. Scott was someone that he was emotionally attached to. And they said the night of she went on the date, and maybe he saw that. Maybe he was like, this bitch is playing me. She's telling me that she want to be with me, and she's telling me, she's leading me on thinking that we're going to be a relationship. And she's out here talking to me and talking to this man too. Huh? Hell no. And tick, tick, boom. I mean, that's what I'm just assuming now. I was trying to look for a pattern, you know. If the last victim was random, you know, I'm like, well, maybe he's like a serial. But for the last victim to be his ex-girlfriend, is that what she just said? An ex-girlfriend? That's someone he had emotional connection with. They said the first victim, it's 4 victims, sweetheart. I don't know which one you're talking about, but I do know they said the last victim, which I believe is ex-girlfriend, they paid her not to show up in court. She didn't show up to court because he was out on bail. Maybe he threatened her and his baby. What? Shut up. Don't tell me this man got a kid. I know you lying. I know you lying. Hold up. Man. Keon King, 21. He's a father. Press 1 if he's a father. He is a father. These are fathers that are doing this. Black fathers that are kidnapping black women. Black fathers that are killing black women. These are black fathers. What? So his ex-girlfriend, his baby mama, these are all people that he is emotional connected to. It's not nothing where he just sexualized these individuals. He have emotional connection, which they call love. Love. I don't want your love. Keep your love. Keep your heart. I got my own heart. Keep your motherfucking heart. Okay? I don't want nobody's heart but mine. Okay? Okay. All right. They said no. She said he didn't show up to court because the court didn't reach out to her. She didn't know about the court date. Well, that's a lie. She's telling a lie because I have D friend that is telling the truth. And I will pull it up here. Do you guys want me to put it back up here? Let me tell you. She said that she didn't know about the court date. That's why she didn't come out. That is a lie. They paid her. Keon King family paid her not to come to the courts. They paid her. And that information is from Keon's own friends, okay? They paid her. Ooh, I mean, from King to David, all these black men killing black women. Or with Celeste, she's a woman of color. Y'all don't see the damn pattern here? All these men just killing. And y'all steady want to get in a relationship with these men. They're going to kill you. They might kill you. The chances are very high. Okay? Find Jesus. Love Jesus. That's all you need to love anyway. You don't need to be attached to these guys. And these guys that you're attached to, they don't even love Jesus. They don't even put Jesus first. And don't you love Jesus? For those that believe in that religion. For those that don't, we'll talk about something else later, you know? All right. And I know I was supposed to talk about the medium lady, but I will have to postpone that and wait later because I'm going overboard. But I love talking to you guys. I really do. But I told myself I had to do a time cap, you know? All right. It says, listen to her video. That's what she said. Okay. Well, let me show you. Yeah, that's what she said, but you can't believe her. She's a liar. Look, let me show you. All right. So when I go up here, let's go up here.
I'm going to be discussing some of them.
This is Gabby, right? This is Gabby, who I have behind me. And who is Gabby? This is Keon's friend. Her and Dee, they're best friends. And she tells a story in this video. I talked about this earlier. You have to look back to the early video to get this tea. And she was telling us a story about she's arguing back and forth with Dee, which is her friend, about going to the cops. She don't want to go to the cops because she have an issue with cops. Some black people that do crimes and some black people that, you know, do a lot of crime, they have issues with cop. They're anti-cop. I'm black. I'm a black American and I'm pro-cop. I've always been pro-cop. Okay, so let's continue on. Someone in the comment section, which is Dee's friend, pretty much spilled the beans on her. It says, Gabby, stop making it seem like Dee. Okay, let's skip this part and let's go to this part. It says, let me see. Let me scroll it down. Hold on.
Now we are out.
Hi, my name is Gabby.
You know, every time when you click on stuff, it just have its mind on. It just want to click somewhere else. I don't know what Gabby personally, I don't know Gabby personally. Dee is my friend. We talked every day. She was upset. I asked her what was wrong. I don't try to involve myself in a mess. I'm just trying to, okay, well, it's not this part. It was somewhere on this page. That's where they told the information from. Why the F you confirm where somebody live, whether or not he ain't asked for the number. Okay, it wasn't that part. If you call Keon saying the girl was missing, okay. First of all, she didn't even show up to the full message thread, and her and Dee show how the rest, when Dee said, what, was she somewhere else dead? And Gabby said, it's not you though. She's a liar. All right, listen. Trust me, this is where I got the information from on this page, right? I don't know exactly who it was on this page, but it was someone close to the family that has confirmed that they paid the victim off, and that's why they didn't come to court. And that's what Keon told Gabby, okay? And I'm trying to find that message. Okay. It's so many. I don't know exactly where it is. It's right here. It's right here. Why y'all didn't tell me it was a first message, huh? Do y'all see this message, huh? Child, I'm over here looking everywhere, and it's the first message. Look, read it. Read it. Read it. Gabby, stop trying to make it seem like Dee is a bad person. Dee called me crying, disgusted by your actions. She is not lying about shit you told her. Even told her how Keon told you he paid that girl off for the first case. All right, so paid her off for the first case. So that could have. Now that you, listen, when I saw this, I only thought it was one other victim. Now y'all telling me it's 4 other victims. So who is the first case? When I first read this, first case, the last victim, all I knew was the other victim. But now y'all telling me it's the ex-girlfriend, it's the baby mama, and possibly another person. So the first case, he paying somebody for the first case. Who? I'm not sure now. Okay. So maybe it's possible. But who is the first case? And then the victim that you're talking about, what number case? Where on the timeline is that? It's so many. It's so many. Nonetheless, he is a liar. Gabby is a liar. And it's a whole bunch of covering up. He is an issue. He gets involved emotionally with these women. And then he's like a ticking time bomb. And he wants to kidnap them and do horrible things to them. Bite them on their face. Kill them. Whatever he has to do, okay? All right. All right. Well, I'm going to get on out of here. I love you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed my channel. I am Jessica. Hi, and I will see you guys on another live stream or an upload. All right. Make sure you guys sub to this YouTube channel. Comment after the video. It really helps when you guys comment after the video. And I'll see you guys later. Bye.